If my audio levels suck, I'm gonna explode, but I also don't care. What are we doing out here?
Oh.
I wanted us to see the satellite. Hirako looked up into the night sky, where the pale shimmering artificial satellite hung in the void of space.
It's so far away from us. Almost impossibly far. It looks so big. So close. Like we could reach out and touch it. But we'll never actually get there. Or more accurately, we've never got there.
Aside from ending 51, but don't think about it.
Even after everything we've tried, it's always just out of reach.
Everything we've tried?
Oh.
You've probably figured this out already, but I'm a time traveler, just like you. I hesitated for a moment, then nodded.
Oh.
But this isn't a one-time only thing. I lived through these 100 days countless times. Every time, things play out a little differently and create all kinds of new problems. I've experienced all those variations, all the branching timelines that result from the different choices we make. That's why I've been able to tell when the next attack is coming, among other things.
Oh?
And all of this doesn't just apply to me.
Huh.
There's someone else. And that's you, Takumi. You've also experienced our 100 days here countless times before. What was she talking about? I was so confused I blurted out the first thing that came into my head. That can't be right! This is only my second time here!
Tuh.
No, it's not. You've been through this loop just as much as me, over and over again, in an endless loop. I always said loop once. Even now, this is only the most recent in a long series of 100-day cycles. You just can't remember the others. No, it can't be.
Strictly speaking, neither of us are time travelers in the way you think we are. This isn't a matter of us leaping back in time. It's more that we're trapped in a time loop. That goes for me, and you too. You're the same as me, Takumi. You're not a time traveler. You're a time looper.
I like that animation.
Strictly speaking, neither of us are time travelers in the way you think we are.
I have to say this again.
This isn't a matter of us leaping back in time. It's more that we're trapped in a time loop.
This too is part of the time loop.
That goes for me, and you too. You're the same as me, Takumi. You're not a time traveler. You're a time looper.
The moment I heard those words, my head seemed to fill with a blindingly bright light, and then... Oh my god! Oh my god! No words. The next thing I knew, I was back in my room, lying on my bed. Hirako was there with me.
You promised me you wouldn't let the truth destroy you. And yet, you fainted the moment you heard it. What are you, a salmon roe?
What kind of insult is that?
What do you mean by that?
You're soft and squishy and fall apart when the heat is on.
Whatever. She had a point. I hauled myself up and got to my feet. Sunlight was streaming in through the window. I must have been lying there all night. I remembered about the other times I've lived through these 100 days. So... in total, you will technically have lived both, like, years and years, like 30 years, and also 9 months. Wow. The 300 line. I remembered about the other times I've lived through these 100 days. And about what happened in those other, I guess we should call them timelines.
Oh?
But not all of them, right? Yeah, it's all a little fragmented.
Oh.
How many did you remember? 10? 20? More than that?
Ah.
No, not even that many. You're still just a beginner. Jesus. Beginner. Come with me. Where are we going this time? Fade out and back in. Wanted to hear the whole truth, didn't you? It's not something I can talk about here. Why not? Hirako left the room. Still feeling a little clueless, I followed her. We should be safe in here. First, I want to hear what you know. Which TLs did you remember? And how much do you remember about them? TLs? Timelines. Christ. That's the abbreviation for timeline I've been using in my head. You can use the full version if you want. I'm not really sure how to explain which ones I remembered, though.
Oh?
Any key points or characteristics will do. Okay, but honestly, I don't feel good about this. Too many of the timelines I remember ended in tragedy. That's a great one to remember immediately. So many of our friends died in those alternate realities. They were murdered. Killed in ways so gruesome and cruel that I didn't even want to say them out loud. It hurts just to think about. Started to think I'd have been better off never remembering it at all. On the other hand, I warned you. Once you know the truth, there's no going back. But you said you could handle it. You promised not to let it destroy you. I did say that. Now I had to stand by it. In spite of the pain it caused me, I began to speak. Okay, here goes. Slowly, hesitantly, I told Hirako what I remembered about the other timelines. The Gi parasites. The series of murders caused by them. The exorcism rituals I held with Gaku. That's a hell of a timeline to remember. Wait, yeah, if this story lock was... yeah, okay. Getting into the escape pod with Hirako and Tsubasa, and setting off for the satellite. There's another timeline with a serial killer in it too. Except that time it turned out to be Yugamu. Quote unquote. Wait. Yugamu? Yugamu was the killer? I felt a sudden jolt of pain in my head. My memories must have been getting mixed up. Are you alright? Yeah, I think so. I squeezed Hirako's hand to reassure her and carried on. Aw. I told her about another timeline where zombies started appearing. That's... aw. We tried using Yugamu as bait at first. Darumi exploded. God damn it. But even after that, our friends kept dying and coming back as zombies. In the end, I got caught by them too, and... the Gi! You know. Wait a minute. Did I become a zombie in that timeline as well? Yeah. You were killed on day 58. How the hell do you remember that? I think I remember that. The zombie Ato attacked me from behind. But after that, there's nothing. I guess you wouldn't remember being a zombie, huh? Of course not. By that point, I wasn't me anymore. We'll talk more about that timeline later. Tell me about the others. I nodded. There's not much to tell. It's just one more I can remember. That one all started with Gaku being killed. Then Kako's body was found. She'd been poisoned. After some investigation, we figured out that it was Shoma who killed Kako. But then he was found dead too. Killed by Eva. You know about Eva, right? You don't have to check in with me like that. Assume I know everything besides what happened while I was zombified. Okay, well, Eva activated her self-destruct device and died too. But that still wasn't the end of it. The killings continued. Next to go was Tsubasa, then Moko. And then Kurara was found strangled in the secret room in the school's basement. That's all I know. Shoma and Eva both mentioned a mastermind called X, but we never figured out who that was. It was probably them who killed Gaku, Tsubasa, Moko, and Kurara, though. Hirako pushed her glasses up and directed a piercing glare at me. Is that really everything? Yeah, of course. She stared into space for a while, her expression unreadable. She was clearly thinking hard, but about what I had no idea. Finally, she spoke. I take back what I said before. You're not a salmon roe. Your mind has a tempered steel shell that can shrug off any attack. What does that mean? Don't worry about it. You'll understand soon enough. I don't know if that was supposed to be a compliment or an insult. Maybe both. Why do I keep moving around? I'm gonna turn this up though. To throw off anyone who might be trying to eavesdrop on us. I think I turned it down too far. Hold up. Okay. Is someone really doing that? Probably not. But it pays to be careful. So, going from place to place is safer than staying put and going through the whole story? Hirako nodded. I suppose it's my turn. Ask me anything. Apart from my credit card information. Okay, well... First of all, I want to know about your memories. My memories? When did you start remembering other timelines? Do you remember what happened on day 3? That's when you decided to keep it a secret that you'd come from the future. And you made up the story about reading Ato's diary to explain how you knew what he was up to. My memories returned right after that. Although, I don't remember everything either. Jesus Christ, so far I've only managed to recall 146 timelines. That's... what the fuck? 146?! Yes. I've been through at least 146 loops, and most of them made it to day 100. Doing the math, that's 14,600 days. Divided by 365, that makes 40. No! I've been living at this school in this loop for at least 40 years. Jesus fucking Christ. 40 years! 14,600 days! It was hard to even wrap my head around that length of time. It was making my brain freeze up. I just stood there, completely dumbfounded. That's only the bare minimum. Accounting for loops I haven't remembered yet, the real number is probably even bigger. This is only speculation, but I think something similar is going on with you.
Tuh.
There's a good chance you've lived through these 100 days just as much as I have. At least 146 loops, or 40 years. It's all happened. You've just forgotten about it. We changed locations again. I was still dazed and confused, so Hirako picked up the conversation without any prompting.
Ugh.
Across those 146 loops, lots of different things have happened, obviously. Also, I'm suspecting that these backgrounds were assets we weren't able to put anywhere else, so they're putting them here. But apart from a few exceptions, the enemy attacks always occur on the same days.
Oh.
That's why I insisted we go to second to last Defense Academy on day 6. Day 7 would have been too late. That's when Mervim attacked the school. I didn't say it like that. That's when Mervim attacked the school.
Oh.
Likewise, on day 8, there would have been attacks on both academies. If that happened, somebody would be sure to die.
Ugh.
Getting the entire Special Defense Unit together by day 6 was the only way to prevent that. Did you tell Sire and Nico all of this? Yes, including the part about me being a time looper. Really? Hold on. Yes. It's all starting to add up now. That's how those two suddenly knew when the attacks would happen. And we're back over here. Why didn't you tell me about the loop? You told Sirai and Nico, but not me?
Huh?
I did tell you! I've told you and the others so many times, in so many timelines. Things always played out in the worst possible ways when I did.
Oh.
All of you died, and I was the only one left standing. It's happened like that dozens of times! For some reason, telling people the truth only takes us down dark, chaotic paths. It's like we're cursed. Never able to escape our fate or change it for the better. I don't want to watch you all die anymore. So I stayed quiet about it. I thought if I didn't tell anyone, then maybe. But you're telling me about it now. Is that okay?
Huh.
You're the one who kept asking. You just wouldn't let it go. I guess that's true. Hirako drew in a deep breath and exhaled. She repeated that process a couple of times until she regained her usual composure. Damn! It's alright. It's not the only reason I decided to tell you. I have a feeling that this timeline might be different.
Oh.
I've got no concrete grounds for thinking that, but Hirako reached into her pocket. She brought out the calico cat figure I'd given her yesterday and squeezed it tenderly. Ah! Never mind. Don't worry about it. She put the cat back in her pocket and said no more. This explains a lot, but I still don't understand how I got stuck in this time loop in the first place. That's what I'm saying!
Oh.
Oh my god. Before we get into that, because storytelling and it gives us the chance to be interrupted, let me tell you some more about the loop itself. It begins on our second day here. More specifically, the night of day 2, right before Eito destroys Sirai. When the loop resets, that's always the point in time that we return to.
Huh?
And when does it reset?
Huh.
It depends. There are 2 possibilities. Either when we die, or at 10 a.m. on day 100. Good to know. Day 100? 10 a.m.?
Huh.
Yes. Right around the time the school launches its final attack. For whatever reason, even if we make it to the end, we still can't escape this place. When it gets to 10 o'clock, we'll be forced back to day 2 to do it all again. You said you remembered a timeline where we managed to get into the escape pod, yes? But do you remember anything from after that? I remember taking off from the satellite and watching the final attack through the window. Watch the cutscene again, or else. But there's nothing after that. You see? You don't have any memories of us actually reaching the artificial satellite. Neither do I. Before we can get there, our consciousnesses are pulled back.
Huh?
And we start again from day 2. Hirako nodded.
Huh?
But is this really all true? Somehow I have a distant memory of days beyond day 100. I know I said things turned back in the loop on day 100 at 10 a.m., but that's no more than an educated guess. Could end up being slightly earlier or later, or in some situations, much later. But even so, it doesn't change the fact that we'll be brought back to the evening of day 2 at some point. Think about it. If you continue to exist in a timeline after day 100 into old age, how could you possibly retain those memories from after day 100 in the here and now? You're right. If we weren't caught in this loop... You're right, if we weren't caught in this loop, I wouldn't be able to remember any of that time. What? Did it exist? Timeline after day 100 at 12 age. Must have gone back to day 2 even. Okay, so saying even when he got old, he still. Even when he survived, he got old and forgot, and those memories are vague anyway, which is why he can only barely remember them now. Okay. Not to peek the mic. I see. So it's basically saying, like, well, your ending still can have happened, but it goes back to here anyway. That's sad. I must have gone back to day 2 even in those longer timelines. That's why I can only vaguely remember them. But going beyond day 100 is an extremely rare, anomalous event. It's probably safe to say that, in general, the loop turns back on itself on day 100 at 10 a.m. But why? When I arrived back in the past, I didn't have any memories from other timelines. My theory... Also, wow, we're in the forest now. My theory is that the loop goes back when Takumi stops fighting, basically. When he doesn't have that fight in him anymore, basically when he gives up. If he doesn't have that determination to keep going, to keep living, to keep fighting, that's when the loop turns back on itself. Whatever, quote-unquote, keep fighting may mean. That's what I think is going on here. Because hemoanima, blah 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 blah. When I arrived back in the past, I didn't have any memories from other timelines. Was it the same for you, Hirako? I told you already, didn't I? My memories started returning on day 3. We forget everything the moment we return to the start of the loop. In some cases, like right now, we suddenly remember them again. I have no idea what causes it, or if there's any kind of rule governing the process. I don't know what causes it for Hiroko, though. Or why no one else. Why this is happening to no one else. She's just that cool. That is weird. Especially since I still remember my first timeline when I go back to day 2.
Huh.
That's probably because of your cryptoglobin. What do you mean? The first timeline we experienced. I'll just call it the first cycle to make things easier. During that cycle, you absorbed Ato's power. But not just his.
When I was killed by Ato, all of my cryptoglobin was incorporated into him. And now, by way of Ato, that cryptoglobin resides in you.
Huh.
On the 100th day of the first cycle, you had that ghost boy's power inside you. That made you strong enough to retain your memories when you traveled back in time. Interesting that she's not calling him Shion. Interesting. Makes you think. Wait a minute. Takumi, sometimes you're really smart, sometimes you are so dumb. So the time loop and cryptoglobin are related somehow? Come on.
Oh.
It only stands to reason. Use your head. Use your goddamn head, Takumi. Think about it. What's your specialist skill? Special redo. The power to try things again. Which we don't talk about much in game for no reason.
Oh.
See? It all adds up.
Ah!
But what about you? Your special discipline skill is totally different from mine. You know how some people... You know how some people are really good at multiple subjects. Like history and math. It's the same principle. So, you've got the power to redo things as well? I do. You do? I've never seen you do it before. Technically, I've never seen you redo something either. The effects of skills that alter the flow of time are only visible to their user. That's crazy. Actually. Wait. Yeah, because Takumi also gained the other skill that I didn't notice until like halfway through whatever route I was on. The other skill that gives him more power when someone else dies. Hiruko's thing is like a parallel to that. That's crazy. Oh my god. So maybe that was her original skill. The time thing was her original skill. No. No, they're like a reverse of each other. She originally had the more attack when she kills an enemy thing, and then gained the redo. And Takumi originally had the redo, and then gained the attack thing. Storytelling. I already said that, I think. Neither of us can tell when the other uses this skill, or what changes they do. Does that mean there are defensive battles we've only won thanks to you redoing stuff? I've lived through this loop 146 times. Don't underestimate what I can do. I'm why you can skip battles. So I've saved at least 20 to 30 hours of gameplay for you. Be grateful. Going even further out. Oh, we're back to school. Okay, I think I get that the time loop is somehow caused by our specialist skills. There's still something I don't understand. At the end of the first cycle, I wanted to change things more than anything. That's how I was able to go back to the night of day 2. But why does it keep happening in the other timelines? Why does dying or make it to 10 a.m. on day 100 pull us back to that same point?
Oh.
I don't know, but I have a theory. It's because that initial jump back in time was the trigger.
Oh.
Think of spinning tops. They'd never stop spinning if it wasn't for friction. The same goes for things like pendulums or springs going downstairs.
Ugh.
In a situation where there was no resistance, all it would take is one little push and they'd keep moving forever. Forever.
Ugh.
That's right. Does that mean we're going to be stuck in this time loop forever? Yikes!
Oh.
There must be a way to break out of it. There has to be. What is it? Do you think I'd have put up with that idiotic face of yours for over 14,000 days if I knew? So we don't know how to escape. Not right now, at least. But what? This is a first for me.
Oh.
The timeline we're currently in is different from the others I remember. We've made it to day 11 without a single member of our team dying. Hey, you're right! This is the first. In all 146 loops, that's never happened before. This timeline must be special somehow. Because you kept your yap shut. Is that necessarily a good thing, though? If neither of us have experienced a timeline like this before, we won't be able to predict what's going to happen. That's true. Aside from when the enemy attacks occur, that is. But this could be our chance. Our chance to finally escape the loop. All the other timelines have ended in tragedy, one way or another. So what I just had a thought. What I was saying about Takumi's determination about his will to fight. Hirako said in Route Zero that victory for her is everyone making it out alive. I think that's her determination. Because literally every other timeline, she hasn't been able to do that. So that is what's keeping them here. Like, in reality. Is that she hasn't been able to find a reality where they make it out. Everyone makes it out. So that's what's keeping the loop going. And Takumi's willpower, or lack thereof, is what facilitates the loop. Or something, is my thought so far. But this one could be different. The fact that we don't know what's coming means there's still untapped possibilities. Hiriko's eyes are sparkling. I've never seen her this excited. Ah! Do you remember what I told you on the night of the third day?
Oh.
About not killing Eito and keeping your time travel a secret from the others. I said they were probably the right choices. Because those choices are created this timeline, where we finally have a chance to change things. Exactly. So then, my coming from the future and the time loop. If we want to preserve this timeline's integrity, it's best that we don't tell the others. There's a good chance things will develop the way they did in the other timelines if we do. Oday! There was still plenty I didn't understand about this time loop thing, but I had a pretty good grasp on the basics. It felt like Hirako had told me everything she knew about it anyway, but there were other questions I needed answers to. What was it that Siri handed Hirako that day in the wardroom? Her allowance, maybe. What was with that old lab in the ruins? I like this CG, by the way. I already said, I think, on Twitter, but I really like it. What was parallel leaping? I wonder. Why was Eito still alive when I saw his dead body before? Why did Hirako try to strangle me that time in the infirmary? What was in the drone she put into the Revive-O-Matic? And, perhaps strangest of all, why was she Bleh. Why was she crying when I saw her on the roof at the end of day 9? But just as I was about to ask her. That should do it for today.
Huh?
Oh?
Need time to process all this information. We can pick up this conversation again tomorrow. No, I'm fine, really. But Hirako wouldn't listen. She turned around and headed back towards the school, refusing to say anymore. Oh man, why is she always like this? You mean the best? Oh boy, am I gonna get to sleep for 5 days in a row? With not much else to do, I went back to my room. Thinking about all those mysteries wouldn't do me a lot of good now. Not to mention, we still have plenty of battles to fight from here on. I need to keep building my bonds with the rest of the team so we'll be ready for those challenges. Maybe I'll take a look around and see how everyone's doing. And by that, I actually mean I'm gonna go to sleep. Go the fuck to bed! Hirako said we'd talk more tomorrow. She's finally started telling me stuff, so I don't think she's about to go back on that promise now. I had no choice but to trust her. I crawled into bed and let myself drift off, wondering what revelations tomorrow would bring.
Be ready.
Wake up or I'll poison you. Hirako called on me after the breakfast. She told me to meet her in the entrance hall. And it looks like she's already here, as I can see with my eyes.
Huh?
Are we exploring outside today?
Huh.
Don't you want to hear the rest of my story? Yeah, of course. Then don't ask questions and follow me. Don't forget your fire extinguisher. Hirako walked away at a brisk pace. I grabbed an extinguisher and hurried after her. She... Oh, it's not gonna make me explode. Why do you look so worried? Where are we going?
Oh?
Why are you always so dense? Thank you. I know what you want to ask me. Going to the one place where I can properly explain things. You mean that old lab?
Oh?
Better than giving you a lobotomy. What? That was a joke. Yeah, I didn't think she was being serious. It's just so weird to hear Hirako joke about anything. And so poorly, too. Now stop wasting time with your nonsense and let's get going. I didn't even say anything! But Hirako was already on the move, too far away to hear any protests I might voice. Sheesh. Muttered my complaints to the air instead and followed after her. On the way to the lab, I filled Hirako in on what happened in the timeline with the zombie outbreak. Like she told me yesterday, she didn't have any memories of the second half of that timeline. Or, more accurately, of anything that happened after she was zombified. Yum yum! And the Gi, and Takamaru, and the me, and the Gaku, and the Gi, again. It's just like I thought. Those zombies were created by the Gi parasites. It all began with the Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 specimens Darumi and Gaku brought back, like idiots. Alpha 2 was already in its male spawning phase. It laid its eggs in the bodies of our dead friends. Including me.
Oh?
Yeah. Then those eggs hatched into male Gi and buried into the corpse's brains, temporarily reanimating them.
Uh-huh.
That also explains one of the biggest mysteries around here. It does? Which one?
Oh?
You're better off not knowing. Really? Sorry, I just noticed some, like, aliasing weirdness on the top of Takumi's hair. Anyway. But I know you'll only keep pestering me about it, so I'll tell you later. Oh, is this... Oh my god, wait, which timeline did Takamaru... How did I forget what route Takamaru... Was it Box of Curses? It was probably Box of Curses where Takamaru was a zombie. For like a half second, and then we killed him. When we arrived at the lab, Hirutako dispelled her class armor. I did the same. Why? Oh! Why did we change back into our regular clothes?
Tuh.
You can't put on a leap suit while wearing class armor. I don't think we'll actually need the suits this time, but it's just a force of habit.
Huh?
Why don't they work if you've got class armor on? Leap suits have the ability to repel hemoanima. They're not affected by attacks from class weapons. If you tried to put one on in class armor, the two surfaces would refuse to touch each other, like magnets with the same polarities. Huh. And doing a parallel leap without one of those suits is a bad idea, right?
Oh.
You shouldn't need to ask me that. You've already experienced leap damage firsthand. Damage? Leap damage is what happens if you parallel leap without a leap suit. You've mentioned this leaping stuff a couple of times now. What does it mean? That's what I brought you here to explain. Sorry, just the most Uchikoshi thing. But they brought it up in Route Zero. They had Eito. They had Eito suggested. And then they were like, no, don't worry about it. And then they're like, actually, worry about it. Are you familiar with the concept of parallel universes? Hey! Eito told me about them in the first cycle. They're basically alternate realities, right? Are you saying the different timelines we've experienced are the same thing? Exactly. If it helps, you can think of parallel universes as the worlds of other timelines. That would make sense. That timeline, the loop. It is, since it's all happening in the same space of time. You know. So parallel leaping is...
Oh.
What I was saying is I realized I kind of trailed off on that thought, that it makes sense that it all takes place in the same space of time rather than the time loops all being, like, I was visualizing it in my head as, like, one big continuous line of the loops, but no, even if there is an order to them, it's... Believe it or not, it looks like this. This is a bad stretch of days to display that, because there's fucking nothing going on. It looks like this. Just like the name implies, it's a process of traveling or leaping into a parallel universe.
Huh?
Leaping kind of implies we're going pretty far. People call trips through time leaps sometimes, right? Is it anything like that?
Tuh.
No. The direction is completely different. Time leap means going forward or backward in time. A parallel leap is more like horizontal movement. Or on this, vertical. Or like changing trains to ride a different line. But mid-ride. Oh, hey. A diagram. We can't use parallel leaps to go back to the past or forward to the future. A. That would be time travel. But a parallel leap, yeah, okay. Instead, we move to the same place and the same point in time, but on a different timeline. Take a look at this graph. Let's say we leap from timeline A at 1:01 a.m. We'd arrive at timeline B at the same time, 1:01 a.m.
Oh.
Essentially, our coordinates in time don't change, only the world that we inhabit. There's another difference too. A time leap would be like your journey back after the first cycle, only your consciousness was affected. It's not like you got into a time machine and physically went back in time. That's not the case with parallel leaps. When we leap, our bodies are traveling to those alternate realities. And the thing that makes that possible is this. The PLM.
Oh.
You probably guessed from the PL part, but it stands for Parallel Leap Machine. Wait a minute. You mean that night, just after midnight on day 5, we leapt to another timeline?
Oh.
You only just figured that out. You really are slow sometimes. Where did we go, though? Which timeline was it? In answer to my question, Hirako took out a handheld device and showed me the screen. Oh my god! Of course! Of course that what's what? Oh my god! What's this? It's the UI!
Oh.
A map of the different timelines based on the machine's data! The timeline we went to that night was Hunt Mystery. Huh. That's crazy! That's crazy! And what?
Huh.
Timeline that splits in 2 on day 25. One of them you don't remember yet. You're forced to participate in a killing game called the Invader Hunt and you get into a polycule. I call that branch the Hunt timeline. The other branch you should remember. It's the one where Gaku was killed on day 5 and Kako's body was found on day 27. You investigated the matter and figured out that it was Shoma who killed Kako. But then Shoma himself was killed. This time you pinned Ava as the culprit. But then she self-destructed and things only got worse from there. She died, found Karada. You were beset by a whole host of mysteries, but still did your best to solve them. That's why I call this branch the Mystery Timeline. So she gave all the roots those names. Makes me wonder. I keep having this thought. I really wonder what she thought after she, in whatever timeline came after the Cult of Takumi timeline. I have to wonder what she thought about that. 'Cause that root... My point is she gave that one a name too. That's why I call this branch the Mystery Timeline. I probably already said that. The Hunt and Mystery Timelines, huh?
Oh.
That's right. And this is the line that both of them split off from. So I combined the names together, making this the Hunt Mystery Timeline. And that's the one we went to. Yes. On day 5, just after midnight. Why'd you want to go there anyway? I had 2 objectives. One was to prevent Gaku's death, The other was to do something about Omega. I was right! I went back and saw the scene where Takumi got hit in the head. That's what she did. I see. I understand. Wait, what? Omega? Who's that? Just for a moment, Hirako hesitated. Omega is the one who killed Gaku. Tell him! This might actually be a bad time to tell him, never mind! You mean X? Isn't that what the mastermind behind the murders in that timeline was called? No. X and Omega are different people. Omega had his brain infected with Gi data. There was no physical parasite there. It was just the same as if he'd been taken over by one. That's what drove him to murder Gaku. Even if I hadn't dealt with him, he would have tried to kill again. That's why I went to that timeline, to remove the Gi data from Omega's brain. Those were my goals that night. Honestly, I still didn't get it. I waited for her to carry on.
Oh.
On day 4, you saw me and Sirei talking, yes? Oh. The thing he gave me that day was a cerebral glitch repair program. Or rather, a thumb drive with the program loaded onto it. I couldn't have erased the Gi data without that. I see! Why did Sirei even have something like that? That's a matter for another day, and I'm curious too. The important thing is that he handed it over. Once I had that program, I jumped to the Hunt Mystery Timeline at midnight on day 5, just like you saw. Hirako went on to tell me what happened after that, during the time I lost track of her. First of all, she went back to the school and rang Omega's doorbell. Yeah, see! That's what I just said! She hid on the door roof and waited for the murderer to come out. She then dropped down and knocked him out with a strike to the back of the neck. With Omega unconscious, all that was left was to take him to the infirmary and run the repair program on him. But then... What? The Gi data in his brain took over. He got up, grabbed Hiruko's arm, and threw her against the wall. I was still down in the morgue at that time, freaking out over seeing Ato's body. Oh. What? By took over, it means, the possession, the swapping out thing. Of course, now I realize that was the Ato from that timeline, not the one I knew. In that timeline, I must have decided to kill him on the night of day 2 and absorb his particular one. So it was only natural that his corpse would be there. Anyway, that was when I heard the noise. Turns out it was the sound of Hirako crashing into the wall upstairs. Is she okay? When I went out into the corridor, I heard another noise. Must have been the infirmary door opening. That was when Omega got away from me. He must have realized there was someone else around and ran. Of course, I didn't actually see any of this. That blow against the wall knocked me out. And the next time you came to was when I was holding you? That's right. Then I kicked you in the stomach and tried to break that little matchstick you call a neck. My god. Could you try to sound a little more sorry about that? I already apologized. Yeah, but you never told me why you did it. What do you mean? Haven't you figured it out yet? I had a bad feeling about this. A chill ran down my spine and I broke down in goosebumps. After you blacked out and I got a proper look at you, I noticed something. There was a purple rash on your face. That's one of the symptoms of leap damage. That's when I realized I'd made a mistake. So I released you and went to look for Omega instead. I knew where he'd be. The classroom on the first floor. From the way things played out before, he was bound to show up there eventually. I got there as fast as I could, but oh no!
I was too late. When I opened the door, I saw Gaku's body, covered in blood, and standing above him was Omega, still waving around a kitchen knife.
Please, don't tell me. Was Omega?
I'm sorry, but it's true. Omega's true identity. The person with the Gi data in their brain. The one who killed Gaku. It was you, Takumi Sumino.
Well, at least you look cute doing it.
No, it's a lie. I won't believe it. I did it. I killed Gaku? No, it can't be. That can't be true.
Good night. Good morning. Hey, you're a murderer, get over
Be
it.
ready.
This is the second time you've done this. I'm starting to get tired of it.
I have a feeling we're gonna see this CG a lot.
Did I pass out back at the lab?
Yes. And I carried you all the way back. I'd say that makes us even for the whole accidental strangling incident.
Does it?
It's fine. I can see why you did it now.
Okay, sure.
You thought I was the me from that Hunt mystery timeline.
Oops, I sat up and got out of bed. Sorry, I was scratching my nose. I remembered about the other timelines I've experienced. You said that already. Back on Tay too, yeah. But I remember more of them now. What do you remember exactly? Well, I hesitated. These weren't memories I particularly wanted to dredge up again. It wasn't the Hunt mystery time this time, was it? You remember the serial killer timeline, didn't you? AKA Slasher. The serial killer timeline. It didn't take a genius to figure out which one she meant. Except the killer wasn't Yugamu. It was me. That timeline, I killed Ava, then Moko, Takamaru, Karada, and Shoma, and Dadame, Rima and Kako. All of them. Everyone. All of my friends. In the end. Even Nozomi. I started shivering uncontrollably. I felt off balance, like I might collapse at any minute. You were right. Obviously not! That wasn't alright. Not even a little. But I put my hand on my chest and forced myself to take some deep breaths.
Oh?
You were probably repressing those memories until now, as a self-defense mechanism. You sealed them away in a corner of your mind without even being aware of it. That's why I likened your mind to a steel shell before. But I guess you really are as fragile as a salmon roe after all. I wasn't paying attention to what Hirako was saying. The only thing I could hear clearly was my own raging heartbeat.
Oh.
This might sound like an empty platitude, but I assure you, I say it as someone with 40 years worth of experience. Don't beat yourself up over this. It's not your fault. Man. If anyone has the authority to say that, it's her. And that hurts! You aren't the same person who did those horrible things. The one who killed Gaku on day 5 was the Hunt Mystery Takumi, and technically the Gi, so, like, don't even worry about it. Likewise, the Takumi in the serial killer timeline was someone completely different from who you are now. And even with those other versions of you, it was really the Gi data in their brains that made them act that way. They weren't in control of themselves. You don't have to bear the responsibility for their crimes. My breathing finally started to slow down. I wiped away the cold sweat that had formed on my forehead. I'm gonna just screenshot that out real quick, just for longevity. What is this Gi data anyway? And how did it get into my brain? I didn't know either until last night, when you told me about the zombie outbreak. In that zombie timeline, you were infected on day 100. The Alpha 1 Gi Queen laid an egg inside you. That egg then hatched into another queen, which burrowed its way into your brain and fused with you on a cellular level. Okay, but right after that, the final attack began, and... Playing the Come on! Your consciousness didn't just disappear at the end of that timeline. It was brought back to the start of the loop on day 2, along with all your memories. Our memories persist across timelines, so they must exist in our brains as some kind of cognitive data. And in this case, that data included the presence of the Gi. It's kind of like, unless you completely wipe, like, go down to, like, the hardware level, even if you delete something on a computer, it's, like, still there, kind of. Parasite itself didn't travel back in time with you, but it had merged with you so completely that I was already part of your consciousness when you came back. Interesting. Isn't that going to be a problem? Does that mean brain still has that data in it even now? No! No, you idiot. I already told you. Don't worry about it. It won't take you over again. The version of you that's here now has already been treated. Treated?
Oh.
This is a timeline from after you successfully had the Gi data removed. There are timelines like that? Trust me, a lot can happen over the course of 146 loops. I meant to tell you yesterday, but Omega, the you in the Hunt Mystery timeline, has been treated now too. Huh? You remember I said I walked in on Alpha killing Gaku in the first floor classroom. Before he could escape again, I ran up to him and injected him with an anesthetic I got from the infirmary. A few seconds later, he was out cold. I hoisted him onto my back and carried him upstairs. I wish pressing the right mouse button didn't make things skip. But whatever. Back in the infirmary, I put him into one of the recovery drones and got to work. I still had the repair program Sire gave me. I installed it into the Revive-O-Matic and used it to erase the Gi data from Omega. You saw me doing that, didn't you? Oh, right. I did. You asked me who was in the machine before. Well, it was you. The Hunt Mystery version of you.
Oh.
At any rate, the treatment was a success. The Gi data was completely removed from Omega's brain. The Takumis in both the Hunt and Mystery timelines that branch off from there will be fine, too. What has me interested is that in Mystery they said he had brain damage. I don't know if I already said this anywhere, but my theory on that front was that because Yugamu was, like, bringing out Eito's cryptoglobin from Takumi, that or his hemoana that sort of like, I don't know, healed him or something, or like made up for it. I don't know. I don't know what they're getting at here.
Huh.
I won't have to worry about them hurting or killing anyone now.
Huh?
That's good. But what did you do with that and me after you finished treating him? I took him back to his room and put him in bed, not unlike what I did with you last night.
Oh.
Then I went back to the infirmary and slapped you around until you came to. I'm assuming you remember that. Yeah, I also remember you saying I couldn't save him. Now that you've told me all this, I can see you meant Gaku. Hiruko's expression clouded over. She gave a little nod, her brows knitted together in sorrow and frustration. Hey, come on. Don't be like that. This is all my fault anyway. I was the one who killed that version of Gaku. And everyone else in the serial killer timeline, too. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? That wasn't your fault. It was nice of Hirako to say that, but it didn't do any good. Dang it! Dang it, Takumi! I still felt like I was caught in a dark, sludgy whirlpool that was dragging me down, threatening to swallow me whole. What am I going to do with you? Remember your promise. Don't let the truth destroy you. I had a feeling you'd react like this. That's why I was keeping it from you. I just knew you'd end up feeling like... Try that again. I just knew you'd end up feeling like you were responsible for the whole thing. I wanted these thoughts to go away. I wanted it all to stop. Took everything I had to croak out my next words. I'm sorry, but I'd like to be alone for a while. Hirako sighed again, shaking her head in bewilderment, but she left all the same. A cold silence fell over the room. Could have sworn I heard a heavy... What? I heard a heavy rumbling gurgling up from somewhere deep beneath the ground. It sounded like the agonized groans of everyone who died because of me. Or you're hungry. No, don't that one rude box of calamity again. Did I say box of curses when I was talking about Takemaru? I dropped to the floor, covered my ears, and closed my eyes. Stop having a mental breakdown! My head was completely empty. I didn't want to do anything, or think about anything, or even breathe, really. I just sat there in the corner of my room. At least get in bed. I hugged my knees and curled up tight, wishing I could disappear while time continued to flow around me. I could hear voices outside, my friends, chatting and laughing. The sound cut into me like a knife. In another timeline, I'd been the one to steal that laughter from them forever. No! At some point, my room started to get dark. The sun must be going down outside. Darkness seemed to trickle in until it filled the space completely. Lying there in the same position for so long, I'd lost all sensation, all awareness in my body. Of my body, even. Didn't even feel like my body anymore. It was like my soul had come loose, and I was staring down at my physical form from above. So, literally just dissociating. Awesome. My visitor came in a little after that. How long are you going to stay like this?
Oh?
Everyone's worried about you. They think you're sick. Well, I told them you were anyway. Couldn't exactly tell them that you were feeling guilty about things another version of you did in an alternate reality. You want Hirako.
Oh.
I'm not here because I want to be. Liar. The others just sent me to ask you something. Ask me what? Tomorrow's day 15. That means there's another attack coming. I wanted to know if you'll be joining the battle.
Oh.
Or are you going to abandon them? Are you going to betray them? Do you just not care if they all get killed? They've already been killed! I killed them myself! All of them, one after another. All of them dead because of me! So I just can't. I can't do this anymore. I don't care. Just let whatever happens happen. I really can't do anything. Hirutako continued to stare at me, but there was a different look in her eyes now. There was no pity there, only contempt. When she spoke, her voice sounded hoarse, like she was holding back some strong emotion. I'm disappointed in you. Did what you told me on day 10 mean nothing? You told me we could make the future we deserve together. What happened to all of us reaching day 100 with a smile? Hearing that is what convinced me to tell you everything. I felt like this timeline could be different. It was the first time in 146 loops anyone's ever said anything like that to me. I really thought there was something special about this timeline. About you. I thought you might be the one to finally break us out of this never-ending hell. Now you're giving up. Just like that. How could you? She clenched her fists. The look in her eyes had changed again. Now she was glaring at me with pure, undisguised animosity. You weakling! You sniveling coward! You think you get to give up and mope around for the rest of your life? Who do you think you are, Osamu Dazai? I don't know that reference. No, you're worse than that. You're like a mech pilot going crazy for being synced with its navigational system. Or opposed to your emo band Fig or bandaging your wrists just to fit in. The you that killed everyone was a completely different person in a different timeline. It wasn't even control when he did of it. Get a hold of yourself already. Do you realize how much danger you're putting everyone in by wallowing like this? If anything is going to get them killed, it's your own negativity and self-loathing. Loathing? Loafing. Sure as hell not going to protect anyone the way you are now. If you're going to allow others to protect you while doing nothing in return, you might as well be signing their death warrants yourself. You're going to get everyone killed, and you're doing it of your own free will this time. That is a complete betrayal of everything you believe in. What happened to all of us reaching day 100 with a smile? What happened to creating a future where we could all be happy? I've tried everything I could think of, and nothing's worked. I can't do this alone. I need your help. You, Takumi Sumino. You're the only one who can save us. For a moment, neither of us said anything. Hiruko's shoulders were shaking, and she was breathing heavily. Her quick, shallow panting was the only thing breaking the silence. But eventually, even that sound became quieter. I guess that's it. I can't count on you for anything. Not in this loop. Or the next. Or the one after that. Never again. Hiruko turned and left the room. While she was talking, something had started to well up inside me. Now, a wild, raging energy was surging through me. I couldn't let it end like this. I didn't know what I was going to do, but this feeling inside me was getting stronger, and it had to go somewhere. Kicks the door now. Before I knew what I was doing, I got to my feet and rushed out the door. Hirutako, wait! She turned around. She looked so sad. So tired. But I looked her dead in the eye and let everything I was feeling come pouring out. I did mean what I said back then, and I still feel the same. I want to create a future where we can all be happy. Not just for day 100, but day 101, day day 102 and all the days after. Right now, I want that more than ever. These memories, this knowledge of the other timelines, they've shown me just how important that is. So I'll fight, not just against the invaders, or my own weakness, but an enemy even greater than that, too. I'll fight the cruel destiny that's been pushed onto us. A light breeze blew across the roof, ruffling Hiruko's hair. She tucked a stray lock behind her ear and spoke, looking just a little more hopeful than before. What are her chances of pulling that off? Isn't it obvious? I have absolutely no idea.
Oh.
What? The future is an open book. That's how it's always been. And I want to create a totally new future. There's no telling what might happen. But even so, I'll still fight. I'll fight with everything I have. I'll fight to protect you. I'll fight to protect you and the others, and to create a future where no one has to die. You and I are getting out of this loop. I'll even pull out my best sprite to prove it.
Let's reach out and grab our future. I won't let it stay out of reach anymore.
I raised my arm and extended it toward the satellite. Hiruko did the same. It was still hundreds of thousands of miles away, solemnly shimmering in the night sky. But somehow...
Just reach out and grab it, huh?
Yeah,
Both of us? Together?
that's right.
You really think we can do it?
I'm smiling so big right now.
I don't know. But I'll do anything to make it happen.
I really hope I didn't blow up the mic during all that.
Anything?
Yeah.
You did say anything.
Yeah, I did.
Do slasher again. No! Hiruko let her hand drop to the side.
Oh.
Alright. In that case, starting tomorrow, you're going to be my servant. Oh boy. What? You said you'd do anything. Naturally, that includes being my slave, doesn't it?
Huh?
That's not exactly what I meant. I'll be counting on you to get me out of this loop. Yay. Yeah, of course, but the servant thing is... Silence! I'm tired, and I'm going to bed. I need to rest up for the battle tomorrow. He actually went silent.
Oh.
Well, good night. Oh, our rooms are right next to each other. I forgot. She gave me a wicked grin before going back to her room. I can't stop smiling. As I watched her go, I noticed a newfound spring in her step. Ah! 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 I, on the other hand, suddenly felt uneasy. I doubted I'd sleep well tonight. Day 15. To the courtyard we go. I forget if Ato broke out in this one. Where the hell is he? Early the next morning, I woke Hiruko up and convinced her to join me in the courtyard. What are we doing out here at this hour? The enemy is going to attack during the morning announcement. Oh, we're here early. But before that, I need to ask you something.
Oh?
What is it?
Huh?
It's about Veshness, the Supreme Commander. Was there a timeline where I made out with her? No. Damn it!
Hmm.
In the last two battles, you basically told everyone to ignore her. You had us focus on the regular commanders instead. And you want to know why? It's simple enough. It's because she isn't as much of a threat in this timeline. Why not? In most, though not all, other timelines, she stops absorbing cryptoglobin like we do. It's a decision she comes to while listening in on our communications in their hoodie guise on day 7. She also finds out about you coming from the future from intercepting a conversation between you and Sire. That's when she puts it all together. Why did I say it like Sire? I've been saying Sire. Whatever. The reason both sides suddenly got stronger is because of you absorbing so much cryptoglobin during the first cycle. Knowing that, she decides to do the same, breaking her religion's greatest taboo. But none of that has happened in this timeline. Because you didn't mention time travel in the battle on day 7.
Oh.
Not that you would, having decided to keep it a secret from everyone.
Oh.
It's a secret. But I trust you. Now, Vishnis doesn't know you've come from the future, or just how much power can be gained by taking it from others. Do you understand what this means? Yeah. She's still following the teachings and not absorbing cryptoglobin. Not in this timeline, anyway. It did make sense. That must be why she didn't drain Pakran after we defeated her. But that doesn't mean she's not a threat at all, right? Of course not. Ideally, I'd like to put an end to her in today's battle. How are we going to do that? We have the new weapon Sire and Ego created. It's what we usually use on day 15. Oh, right. But it's also usually unfinished. Oh, he remembers! We do in fact have to watch Kyosha Epic Gamer Moments compilation.
Oh.
What do you think I've been doing while you've been moping these last 2 days? I've been out gathering materials. I know the ruins so well by now, it barely took me any time at all. The bomb is 100% complete.
Oh.
That includes the detonator. Nobody will have to die setting it off. That was good news, but I felt pretty guilty about it. Hirako had been out there working so hard, and I hadn't done a single thing to help. Wow. Sorry. Don't worry about it. You can lick my boots clean to apologize.
Oh.
This bomb is also a lot more powerful than the past versions. I gave Sire and Nigo some pointers to improve it. So we're going to hit Vestius with that today. That's right. We're going to make whatever that is out of her. Gonna look that up, which is what I've done with all the other nonsense. It's soup! It's a potato and leek soup! Just say soup! Hiruko's eyes glittered viciously behind her glasses. Then we heard the morning announcement over the PA system. Donk, bink, donk. Hey, we're about to die. Etc. One cutscene they're getting as much mileage as they can out of. Right on schedule. Okay, here goes. I don't think he would have been so exasperated, but whatever. When he got to the war room, everyone else was already there. Everyone! We're late! Where have you guys been? I bet they were off making babies somewhere. What? Such indecency! Do you two think of nothing else?
Hey!
We weren't doing anything like that. Didn't Siray and Nigo tell us the invaders would attack early in the day, even? My dear brother and I were waiting here for almost an hour before the alarm went off. Well, hey! My voice is exploding. They're here now, and that's what counts. Do we have a read on the enemy? Siray nodded and pointed to the monitor with a stick.
That's...
Valagartso.
and Zanshin, right?
Apparently, the others already knew about the commanders we'd be facing. Hirutaku had probably told Siri and Nigo so they could brief the rest of the team.
You said these two can combine their bodies together?
Just like Takumi and Hiroko.
Ah, so it was a battle simulation to better understand our enemy's moves.
Yeah, Kyoshika. Neither of us replied. Take way too long to start clearing up that misunderstanding now.
Yeah!
Come on, let's get out there and start killing!
Huh?
Revive a manic looking now.
Uh-huh.
Don't you worry about a thing. It's all fixed up and ready to go. If you die, you'll be brought back good as new, including all your memories, of course. So go ahead and die all you want. Just try to leave someone alive to defend the school. Yeah, let's do this. That was the worst line read. Yeah, let's do this. Special defense unit, move out! I also could have said unit right. Who cares? I might have just not watched this for a while, but I remember this cutscene being high quality. I think that's the first time I actually looked at Hiroko during this. She just gives a nod. That's so fun. If it lets me skip, I'm not gonna skip because this is my last route. I'll skip that. No! I wanna play the video game. Let's see.
Locked and loaded! This should slow
I'm
them down.
indebted to
Ready
you.
when you are. How's this? We did it!
See.
Onward. Nen! 2 arms!
3 arms!
Hiya! I've onward. Banzai!
I'm good whenever. Out of the way! Let's ready when you are. Ah!
Gladly
We
employing
did
the she's literally everything with Tsubasa strat.
It's killing game time!
I didn't get to use Star Me at all during Red Stop. I'm so happy. I mean, I could have just not
Okay.
skipped, but why would I do that?
Alright, I'll
Thank
use
you
it.
very
Fine.
much.
Don't bother me! Bye-bye. Let's go! Yeah! Piece it! Leave me alone! Totally wrecked!
Let's do this. Gotta push it.
Set up the go fuck
I'm good to
yourself
go.
combo.
That's a real boost.
It's killing game time! Seriously depressing. Go die in a fire! Let's do it to it! Stabby stab stab! Uh-oh! Dead already!
Where's Gaku?
Let's
Yeah.
freaking go! Here you go! Prepped and ready! That's what I'm talking about! Did you see that? Let me at him! Get the hell out of my way! Yes! Just watch me! Give it to him! Let me at him! Mow him down! Let's freaking go!
After
That's what I'm talking about! Yes! Prepped and ready! Too freaking good!
after 150 or so hours, I've learned how to cheese this game. Let's see.
Leave it to me.
No, I can. What's this one?
Try and dodge this.
Oh, good!
So tired.
How about this one?
Blow you away! Hardly a challenge!
Time for battle. Take this! Ready whenever.
You got this.
Stand back and watch. How's this? Broken so soon. My turn.
We can do this!
Stand back and watch. I'll chop you to pieces. Balance, time to move. I'm all worked up now.
All in ass! Here we freaking go!
I definitely didn't fully forget.
My turn.
That,
Now then.
Oh,
and I
Put
definitely
this
didn't
to
forget
good
what I was
use.
about to
Time for battle.
fucking say there.
Put your heart into it!
Stand back and watch. Die. Broken so soon.
fine.
That's a new one. Yeah. Yeehaw. Yeehaw, cowboy.
Locked and loaded.
Probably something Tarmy would say.
You got
got
this.
this!
I'm on it. Hi-ya!
Meow. The only one I'm actually gonna
Let's do this!
skip on this route is Turn Tammy, because that shit hurts my eyes really bad.
Now then. To biz. How's this? My turn.
Chop you to
Take
pieces.
this.
Oh, she didn't say it. Okay.
I guess I'm up.
Everything sucks forever.
Out of the way, pest! All good. I've got this.
Kill him.
I'm ready. Here goes.
Overkill, but who cares?
Wow! That wasn't hard at all. That's probably because the commanders haven't arrived yet.
I think they're here. Look over there.
It's a hell of a line read. I am going to skip
No,
this because it's, you know, same thing as before.
Yeah, we know your names already.
We've got a neat little intelligence network of our own, you know?
Everyone seemed pretty confident, but I suddenly remembered how this went the first time around. I sidled up to Hirako and tried to talk to her without attracting attention.
Hey, Yugamu hasn't made his special drug in this timeline, has he?
The one he used to defeat Genshin in the first cycle? No, he hasn't. He hasn't extracted any commander DNA to make it with.
Gah, why didn't you say anything? We could have used Mervrams before we killed him.
Me? Why didn't you say anything? I don't remember anything about the first cycle battle with Genshin.
She was right, of course. Hirako was already dead at that point, killed by Eito. I had thought of taking DNA from Mervram, that was on me. I never expected we'd have to face Sanshin again as early as day 15.
Oh, right. Almost forgot about the whole combining thing.
Being able to merge together like that?
Was that Gaku?
Being... I'm so freaking jealous! Being able to merge together like that? I'm so freaking jealous!
Did not sound like Gaku. What the fuck?
Of what? It's better if you don't ask, Nozomi.
Don't worry, guys. We can still win this, even without the drug.
That... drug?
Why'd you say that?
Never mind. Just fight!
Alright.
After the battle, Hirako just slaps him upside the head. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Here we go.
Belagarshun. I
Let's
didn't
do
use
this.
Takumi at all last wave. Well,
Leave it to me.
do with this
Shifting
business.
gears.
You have my thanks.
Good to go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah,
2 arms.
love him.
You've left yourself open. Maya, pop onward.
I'll show you what's up.
Make way! You owe me!
Probably should have set up
Rev it up!
the other kind, but whatever. Learn.
Yeah.
Making stupid choices.
Let's give it
like
to
a
him.
dumbass.
Setting it up. Hauling ass. Mwah! Knocked it out of the park.
Wah.
Let me at him. I'll show you. Here you go. Prepped and ready. Hey, this. You let me at him. Let him loose. Yes.
Literally everything's gone on that side.
I'm taking the wheel. Engines at full throttle. I'm all set.
I'll
I'm
kill
much
'em all.
stronger now.
Let's see.
I'm ready.
Wish I could hit you. That's fine.
Taking the shot.
I'll live with it somehow.
I'm ready. I'll set it up.
Fuck.
I can't quit. Here goes.
My
unfucked.
thanks. I guess I'm up. Try this on for size. Okay, okay. What a nuisance. All too easy.
Now then, to business.
Sick.
Die! Balance. Alright, let's get started. Take this! Time to move. I'll chop you to pieces. Broken so soon. Ready whenever. How's this? How unsatisfying.
I can do this much.
I
Just
forgot
a
Sean
little
was
bit
here.
stronger.
Not gonna lie.
It's killing game time.
Really think I need her with Darby, but
Hiya. Piece of cake. Stay away. Totally wrecked. Here we go.
Darby, I missed you so much.
Okay.
We can do this.
Thank you.
Go for it, I guess. Go away. Bye-bye. I got this. I could get used to this.
And I missed you, Kanata.
Leave it to me. My senses are greatly heightened.
Leave it to Beaver. What am I saying?
begin. Onward. Let's put this to use. 2 arms!
I'll kill them all! I'll kill them all at once.
Leave it to me.
Get in the game!
I shall rise to the challenge! Yeah! I've got you!
Oh, it's Igawa that's like, I'll kill them all!
I can't wait. I like how this feels.
Just trying to remember. I should probably attack the boss.
Let us begin.
I forgot!
Hiya! Onward.
Forgot there was a boss fight.
I shall rise to the challenge! Nen!
It's my turn! Ha! My muscles are singing!
I'll stop with this fight. Sorry about the stiffness.
So
all out of gas.
cheat!
Ouchie!
I appreciate it. Bring it on!
Grab control. Just for a second. Just until. Smooth. It is attack down! You have to kill
Now
these
then.
so I can get my.
To business. Out of my way.
I thought she was like, God damn it! I didn't.
Locked and loaded!
God damn it, you're making me do it again.
Out of the way! Ready as I'll ever be! Yeah!
Leave it to me. Banzai!
Just watch me. Give it to him. I'll show you what's up. Don't give up! Hell yeah! Let's do this! That's what I'm talking about!
A lot. Thank you.
I barely have any strength left.
Yowie.
Thank you.
What about Yuri? You peasant!
I've got this.
Let us begin.
Ready when you are. Are you okay?
I'm indebted to you. Onward. I'm stronger than ever.
Leave it to me.
First of all, absolutely not. Think
Two
you would do
arms.
the most damage at this moment.
Yeah!
There's nothing near it, right?
Onward. Let us begin. Nen! Onward. Yeah! Leave it to me.
I had just had
Let
a
us begin.
thought.
This should hinder them.
I
Leave it
should have
to
been
me.
using this one. Whatever.
Is that all you got? I shall rise to the challenge. Banzai! I leave the rest to you.
My turn.
This works actually. No!
Let's do this. This should do it. Say when.
One last strike!
It's funny when he says that and there's still a lot about.
I'm sorry, my darling. I couldn't protect you. And here I made a vow to keep our family safe. I'm a liar and a fool.
Don't say that, my love. You're a hero. You fought valiantly for me, for everyone.
My only regret is that our little warrior will be left to fend for himself.
He'll be fine, even if we're not there for him. He's strong. He is your son, after all.
Ugh, can you not talk about your kid right now? It's making it really hard for me to work in dirty jokes.
At any rate, this means victory's ours. Yes?
Yeah, but don't forget what Siri told us. There's gonna be another one.
The words were barely out of Moko's mouth when that other one showed herself. There she was! The Supreme Commander! Veshness! We totally didn't date in the other timeline!
How disappointing.
Oh, I wanted to voice her.
Valagarzo, Zanshin. I thought you were stronger than this. Or did you lose on purpose? So I could take your prey for myself.
As she spoke, a change started to come over Veshness's body. Oh, come on!
That's her battle form, huh? We learned a little about it from the intel we got, but...
It's still pretty gross looking, isn't it?
It's cool as hell! What are you talking about?
Okie dokie! Time to get killing!
I guess we're doing this? Wait. There's no need for us to fight her directly. Sire? Nigo? Is everything ready?
You bet! We can fire at any time!
Get back inside the school! Post haste!
It's time to use the new weapon, huh?
wait, new weapon?
You never told us nothing about that.
Everybody looked confused. I'm sorry I cut you off, Takamaru. It's okay. Obviously, Siri, Nigo, and Hirako hadn't felt it necessary to tell them about the bomb.
There's no time. We'll explain later.
Trust me, guys. Just get out of here.
The others responded to my order and ran back towards the school. Hirako and I brought up the rear. Once we were all inside, I turned back and saw Veshness walking slowly across the battlefield towards us. It was now or never.
We're in! Fire when ready! Gotcha! Here we go!
Here we go.
Undying flame bomb! Fire!
Fire! It's a go. Oh! Not even gonna... Just cut! Please. You're like, yeah, you saw this like 5 times already. I wish they'd done a version of that with the her coming of age, but that probably would have been too much. But it would have been so fucking funny. Plus, those CGs are still the best ones in the game. Nice work, troops. You did great out there. Credit for the final blow has to go to us and Miss Shizuhara, of course. That's right. Couldn't have done it if you hadn't got those materials for us, Shizuhara. We are truly grateful. Seriously though, Hirako, you could have told us we had something like that up our sleeve. Their voices are gonna fluctuate so much, I'm sorry. Yeah, this was no time to... What? Butter your lips?
Oh!
The expression is button your lip. Okay, I was like... Is this a euphemism? If we'd known, we could have helped you get the materials you needed. Why'd you keep it a secret all this time?
Oh.
Let's just say I had my reasons. So, Veshness actually bit the big one? She's really gone now? She's got to be! An explosion that strong would have blown her to smithereens! It's true she disappeared without a trace when the dust cleared, but... since there's no body, there's a chance she might have survived somehow. Come to think that did happen in some other timelines. Even after getting caught in the undying flame bomb's blast, Veshness came back to fight another day. Somehow, Veshness returned, etc. I glanced over at Hirako. She was resting a finger on her glasses. Somehow I could see that from over her back. That doesn't look in her eyes. Like her thoughts were somewhere else. No use thinking about what ifs now. I say we enjoy this victory high while it lasts. I'm down for that. You gotta take our wins where we can.
No.
Is it time for the usual? I think so. 1, 2.
Special Defense Unit! Best in the world! Indestructible and undefeated!
I forgot that was the thing this time.
Never lose! Never yield! Special Defense Unit, fight on!
Oh. So, will we be having a party this time? Where are the budget for that? It's a military academy, not some hedonistic tech startup. Alas. And so our post-battle meeting ended without any further discussion. Tired but satisfied that we'd done a good job, we went back to our rooms to rest. That night, a little while after dinner, I made my way to Hirako's room. What? My shoes are already clean. I'm not here to lick your boots, Hirako. What do you want, then? My sofa and desk chair aren't broken. You have no furniture in here! What are you talking about? I didn't come so you could sit on me either. I wanted to ask you something. Question mark?
Huh?
You said you'd be counting on me to get us out of this loop. Let's get into details. What exactly am I going to have to do? Good question. First of all, we'll need to figure out an actual method of leaving the loop. Can we consider that our objective for now?
Oh.
If you want. But it's not going to be easy. You can't just try anything that comes to mind and hope it'll work. Believe me, I'm speaking from experience.
Huh?
What should we do then? Don't get ahead of yourself. There's something else we have to deal with first. Something else.
Oh.
Tomorrow night, we're leaping to this timeline. Hirako took out her device and showed me the timeline diagram again. This one? I call it the Killer Zombie Branch. It's upstream from the serial killer and zombie branches, hence Killer Zombie. You mean...
Oh.
Yes, the timeline where you become a serial killer. Tomorrow, we're going there.
Huh.
And we're changing history. Hell yeah, baby! I think that's a good stopping point because my throat is exploding. Shut the hell up. I'll stop here.